Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada. Get ready? Prepare for blastoff.
Victory Death Starfighters. My name is Carlin Jones, and this is a Starfighter full movie podcast. And today we are going to be watching the 1994 fantasy adventure movie that's based on one of my favorite books, The NeverEnding Story, Part 3. But today, this movie is not my choice. This is actually the choice of my special guest today, Keita. Hello, Keita.
Hi.
So, how about you tell us why the Never-Ending Story, out of all of them, why is Part 3 a movie that you've never cared to watch?
Well, I definitely saw one and I loved it.
Mhm.
So when they came out with 2, I was like, okay, I'll go through with the franchise and, watch it and see if I like it. I didn't. And so when they made a 3, I was like, yeah, don't think I want to watch that train wreck. So I'll skip that and
What?
look at something else.
It's normally the third one that's the best out of any franchise.
I don't know, because Temple of Doom was the best for me.
Temple of Doom?
Yeah, that was the
second
sequel. Yes, that's
Yeah.
my favorite one.
We can talk about Spielberg too during this because I actually don't watch his films.
Really?
Yeah, I made a vow throughout high school never to watch his films ever, which kind of
Okay.
ended because I did a podcast episode on Jurassic Park, which I watched for the first time a few weeks ago.
Oh my God, did you love it?
No, no.
Whoa.
The movie was so. First of all, the idea of Jurassic Park went right out the window, right?
Right.
Am I right? Like, who is this for? Because literally no one can afford it besides a certain class of people,
True.
right? And then I
Right.
find it very. I'm really getting off topic here, but I find it really convenient on how these scientists, how smart they are, did not take into an idea that these amphibian dinosaurs can change their sex at will.
Yeah, that was a big hiccup that they did, but you gotta suspend your disbelief and put some logic to the side to get through the movie, right?
I understand that. And I know it's a movie. But one thing about me that you should learn, and we're probably going to see it in this movie, is whenever there are children in movies, I absolutely hate What a Passion when they put kids in a movie that serve no purpose to the plot, but besides look cute and do cute things. I absolutely hate it. It boils my blood.
Uh-oh.
And that's what those kids were doing. They had no logic at all. So it was hard to care for them.
They're just plot devices, to make things more tense, because people get more tensed up when kids are involved in dangerous situations.
Right. Yeah, I get that. And notice how this turned into a Jurassic Park podcast. But out of all my years of hearing about Jurassic Park, and don't get me wrong, I'm sure if I was in the theaters in 1993, I believe, when it came out, I'm sure I'll be like at awe from the special effects, because that's pretty awesome from the fact that they literally created what dinosaurs look like. Scientists had no idea. And I thought that was amazing. But at the same time, after hearing so many years about this movie and how many iconic characters that it has, it baffled me that Jeff Goldblum's character was like, he was literally in the beginning and just didn't have like a major role at all after that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just me. But of course you loved it, right?
Not love, but it's my top 20.
What? Top 20?
Yeah, it's not my top 10, but it's up in the 20s.
Top 20? That's a big deal.
Is it?
Yeah, I can name my top 10, top 15 right now.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I was, no, yikes for me because I'm like, dang, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, maybe I'll probably tell you my top 10 once we get the movie rolling.
Yeah, I got my top 5 in my head, but after we get to after 5, I'm like, oh, then I gotta throw this in and I'll forget something.
Yeah, you should think about it. So when people ask, you'd be like, boom, got it right there.
Okay, that's on my things to do list.
Absolutely. So the NeverEnding Story 3, I remember watching it as a kid, but I really don't remember anything. I don't even think I ever finished the movie as a whole, and I can't put together what the movie's about, the plot, characters, or anything like that. The only thing I do remember is that Jack Black is a character in this movie. I think he's a bully, and I love Jack
Wow,
Black.
really?
Yeah, Jack Black is amazing. Amazing. He's so good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're not a fan of Jack Black?
Not the biggest fan. I
Oh,
was a fan of his when he was doing that musical TV show. Forget the name of it.
musical TV show.
Yeah.
He's had so many iconic roles, like School of Rock, Tenacious D, Pick Up Destiny. Shallow Hal is
Yeah, Tenacious
amazing.
D. There we go. I was a big fan of Tenacious D.
Hmm.
And then he did something where I was like, oh, I can't be a fan anymore. And then after that, I started to become a fan again after I saw Jumanji,
Ooh.
the new one.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, those are actually pretty
Yeah.
good. I wasn't
Right. So
expecting those to
then
be good.
right. So then I fell back in love with him again. So I was like, I guess I'll give him another chance.
That's something we could talk about too once the movie gets rolling. Actors that we were once fans of, but then they did something and we're just like, get out of my life.
Yeah. That's a lot of actors.
Yeah, I could probably pick a handful. Maybe there might not be too many.
Hmm.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But I am actually excited to watch this movie because you were saying earlier that you're terrified.
I am. I don't know what to expect. That terrifies me.
That's great. Guess what? People didn't know what to expect when they saw The Matrix for the first time.
That's true too.
People didn't know what to expect when they saw Jurassic Park for the first time.
Also true.
And
But this is
people,
not one of those movies.
you don't know that. You don't know that. It could. These special effects could probably wow you.
I highly doubt that.
Well, I'll tell you what. At least the puppeteer is going to be somewhat on point. I know that for a fact.
Jim Henson's, of course. That
Well,
I will give an A+ rating to already, and I haven't seen the movie.
right. Yeah, the puppeteer is going to be legit. Oh, looking on Wikipedia, and it said in the box office it made 5 million.
Out of the budget of
It doesn't even say the budget. Normally on
wait,
Wikipedia, when
what?
they say they don't show you budgets in movies, I like to think that they put that there on purpose, not to embarrass the film.
I think so too, because I'm like, why would you not put the budget? They usually put the budget so that if the movie did well, then you could be like, oh, it was made for $5 million and it made 100. So
Certain
that
movies
just
are
lets
like,
you know that this movie
yeah,
probably bombed.
yeah, but it's always the well. Hey, guess what? Blade
What?
Runner bomb in theaters.
I don't understand that, but okay.
Blade Runner 1 and Blade Runner 2. So guess what? I think we're about to witness a classic in this one. I'm
If you
excited.
say so.
I'm excited. So Starfighters, if you would like to watch along with us, you can find a NeverEnding Story. I'm sure someone has it on YouTube somewhere, or you might have to find it online. If you are one of those special people out there that owns the DVD, I commend you. So you can watch it along with us. And we are going to start this movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. This movie's already starting off good. Look at these effects.
Yeah, I mean, it's in German.
No way. Is it? Well, let's see if the audio is in German. This is gonna be awkward. Well, no, it can't be. They're saying their names in German.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it can't be. I did a podcast episode on what was it? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And I just found the movie. I just found it somewhere. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch this. And then literally there was no subtitles. And it was just all like in Cantonese.
Oh, wow.
Which is great. Absolutely great. So were you ever a fan of the Neverending Story novel?
Um, no, I haven't read it. I've only been introduced to the franchise through the first movie and
Mm.
the second movie that I don't remember that well.
Yeah, the second one's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And unfortunately that actor who was in the second one passed away.
Oh, wow. That's sad.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, because we were talking earlier, and you're saying that you really wanted to get into the Harry Potter books. You wanted to listen to the audiobooks. I would actually recommend the Neverending Story audiobook way before any Harry Potter audiobook.
Okay.
It's that good. So I don't know how
Wow.
much you remember. Yeah, see, they're speaking English. We're all good.
Hmm.
So I don't know how much you remember of the Neverending Story of the first movie, but where the first movie ends, that's literally the halfway mark of the book.
Oh,
There's that,
wow.
yeah, there's that much to it.
Hmm. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's freaking fantastic. I absolutely love it.
You can't hear my audio, can you?
No,
Oh,
no.
the movie? Okay, good.
Is that Dumbledore? No, there he is. There's Jack Black.
What? Where?
That was him. What the? He's like a skinhead or something.
Oh, wow. He's so skinny.
Yeah, I don't know when it was at his acting career, that point where he was just like, I'm just gonna gain weight and I'll get more roles this way. Yeah. Yeah, in the books, the so-called bookkeeper, the guy who like owned the bookstore or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
apparently, okay, so this is how the first movie was supposed to end from how the book is. But it's not necessarily the ending, it's the halfway mark. So in the movie, you'll see that Sebastian was supposed to give the childlike empress a name because she didn't have a name, right?
Right.
So he named her Moonchild, a name that his mother used to call him, like like a little pet name
Isn't
before
that one
she
of
passed.
Frank Zappa's kids?
Uh, I think I have no idea.
Yeah, I think Frank Zappa named one of his kids Moonchild.
Oh, maybe, yeah, possibly. Right. So she took his name, and now she can exist again, and she gave life back to Fantasia. Now, as all that happened, she went on a quest on her own and walked up this mountain, this really, really tall, big mountain. And at the very top of this mountain is a man. And
Mm-hmm.
that man is writing in the book called The Never Ending Story. And everything that he has written is what happened.
Okay.
So he's like causing all of this. It is absolutely fascinating. And I'm sure it's not him, but I have a theory that the guy who's writing it is the bookkeeper himself, because the bookkeeper himself is he is consciously aware that Fantasia is a real place that you can travel to, but also it's a metaphor that anybody who is a book lover or who wants to get into reading, you can live the characters' lives that you read and be into that world as long as you know read them. It's great. That actor's been in a lot of stuff.
Hmm. Lovely house.
Yeah, a little too lovely. Like upper middle class. Is that a Walkman?
Looks like it.
What would like I get it, right? It's a Walkman, it's old technology and all that, but how do the headphones work?
And they actually look like they're still in style with what we have right now.
Yeah, a little bit. I remember having some Bluetooth wireless headphones that are like that. They like wrap around your
Right.
neck. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
What's up?
Okay, so what do you think was the best time to be alive to watch movies in the movie theaters? The 80s or the 90s?
90s.
Really?
I'm a 90s baby.
I think that well, I'm a 90s baby too, but I think it's the 80s.
Really?
And it goes because of one of my favorite movies of all time and because of this film that we're
Is
watching of all
what's your
time.
favorite movie of all time? I have to know.
Well, my second favorite movie of all time. My first favorite movie of all time is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Second favorite movie is The Last Starfighter that came out in 1984, which is pretty much the premise of my podcast and the premise of my YouTube channel.
Wait, did you say The Grinch That Stole Christmas?
Yeah, it's my number one favorite movie of all time.
Really?
Yeah. I have a
That is interesting.
I have a weird theory that will blow your mind about that movie, but I'll get into that later. So I think it's the 80s because literally, I think the 90s you have like, I think every week there was a really good, or every other week there was a really good movie to see in theaters, right? Like
Right.
classic after classic after classic every other week. But I feel like in the 80s, you can one weekend you can see 3 to 4 classics every weekend.
I think so, but there were like so many good movies in the 90s, and it was like those B movies that they just made. They didn't really care about, budget or if it made a lot of money. They just wanted to make it. And there was a
Hmm.
lot of those in the 90s, and I loved all of them.
Right, right. Yeah, in the 80s, The Last Starfighter came out in the same weekend as the original NeverEnding Story.
Really?
Yeah, imagine that. Well, you never seen The Last Starfighter, have you?
I have
Oh, you have.
several times.
You are the first guest on this podcast that has ever seen it.
Oh my god. I saw that movie when it first, well, not when it first came out because I was like a kid, but I saw that movie. I couldn't remember the name of it for the life of me and scoured the internet until I could find it again. And then I watched it like once a month for like a couple of years.
Mm.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's great.
Well, this is fate then that you're on this podcast.
Ah, let's see.
You're looking at the date. I'm an encyclopedia for that movie. It
Really?
came out. Yeah, it came out 1984, July 13th.
Yeah, I was too young to be actually remembering it when it came out, but I do remember watching that movie for like a family movie night and falling in love with it.
Hmm.
And like me and my dad used to like just watch it like whenever it came on, like HBO or whatever, and
Nice.
just like loved it. Just loved it.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm not sure if my family's ever seen the movie. Oddly enough.
Oh, that hair.
Hey, I dig it.
That's a mess.
That's like, I mean, it's one thing if he's like into punk music, then I'm all for it because I listen to a lot of punk music.
You do?
Yeah, I listen to almost everything. There's too many genres to really name, but I listen
I
to like
know.
to hip hop, to R&B, to rock, to punk music, to indie rock, to synth pop, synth rock, dream pop, you name it, like electronic, all of it.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm same.
And of course soundtracks. I love soundtracks.
I love soundtracks too. I could listen to them all day on a loop.
The NeverEnding Story soundtrack is fantastic.
Oh, for sure. And I have it. I can't tell you how I got it, but I have it.
That's okay. We probably got it the same way.
Remember that thing that time called Napster?
Napster? Oh my god. I never used Napster. It was
I
first off
did.
Team LimeWire.
I was a team Napster. Like when that thing first came out, I was in college and I was like, what? Sharing? I love sharing.
Okay, so now we've taken this turn of now we're talking about music, right? I feel that rock music has, because clearly rock music has, I wouldn't say it's died. Obviously there's some good rock music out there, but it's clearly faded away from music, popular music, and what the
Right.
masses listen to. And I think most of that is because they never adapted to what the internet is doing. And it all started with Napster and how Metallica reacted to that.
Right.
They're like, what? Our music's on here? People aren't paying for it? That's not going to happen. We're always going to put out albums. We're going to do this and do that. No, no, no. People are not going to get our stuff for free. And literally, when people in hip hop heard about Napster and they saw this, they're like, oh, well, this is an opportunity. We'll just release mixtapes for free and not charge anybody any music. And we can use any copyrighted music we want because no one's paying for it. No one's getting it for money.
Right.
So I personally think that's a huge reason, one of the huge reasons why rock music has completely died out over the years or over the decades.
Probably. I mean, they had some very strong opinions about their music, which is understandable. If you make something, you do want to get paid for it. But at the same time, Napster was great for, people out there that didn't have money that wanted to share music with each other. And like I said, during that Napster time, I was exposed to so much music I've never been exposed to before. And that actually was like my gateway into like other genres besides like R&B and hip hop. So it's like it was good. It's like a
Oh,
good and bad at the same time. But I get what they're saying. I totally get it. And so it had to, Napster had to, and LimeWire had to go, but
yeah.
it was fun while it lasted.
It's still there. There's other ways to get the music.
Oh, don't tell
It's everyone knows. It's public knowledge. It's
anybody. Oh, yeah.
absolutely public knowledge. And then even then it's like what's a good way? So you're saying that Napster is how you discover so many music. I think it's so beautiful on how people have different outlets and how they can discover other sounds, soundtracks, musics, and all that stuff. For me, it was skateboarding videos, because I was super into
Really?
skateboarding all throughout middle school and high school.
Oh my god, I was too.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Like, were you? Wait a
I
second. I bet I can
skateboarded a
guess. I bet I can
lot.
guess your favorite skater.
Hmm. Now that would be interesting. Okay, who is it?
Okay. How about this? You tell me what board you used to skate with most often, and I'll tell you who your favorite skater is.
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember. I used to
Oh,
borrow skateboards a lot too.
oh my god. Who? What? Who borrows skateboards?
I do because I was like, I didn't have one, or it was always like something wrong with it, like it broke. For me trying to do stupid stuff. And so I'd be like, hey, let me borrow your skateboard for a little bit, try to do some stuff. And then, I was always borrowing my boyfriend's skateboard. So I really don't know.
So, were you like a skateboarder in terms of like you love like cruising around? What in the hell is she cooking?
I know. I was like, that's disgusting. Is that the same old dude from the first one?
I don't know. No. It can't be because he shortly passed away after the first movie.
I was going to say, I was like, he's still alive?
No. Yeah, he passed away after the first movie.
Oh,
Like
okay.
literally a
Yeah,
year or two after.
he was one of my favorite. Him and his sister were like my favorite parts of that movie.
Sister? What sister?
Like the I think the old lady and that he was fighting with a lot in the first one was like his sister or something.
That was his wife.
Oh, that was his wife. Oh, okay. I thought it was his sister. But yeah, I love them too. They were fantastic.
Yeah, there's so many. If you watch the first one again, there's literally there are cameos from E.T. and Yoda.
Really?
Yeah, from when they're having that kind of like the what do you call it? Kind of like the special meeting, right before Atreyu gets there, and then everyone from Fantasia is kind of like conversing with that black dude about what are we gonna do about the nothing.
Right.
Literally in the crowd, you'll see Yoda, and you'll see E.T.
I have to watch that again because I must have missed that.
It's hard. It's hard to notice. They're like in the wide shots.
I'll have to watch that. See, now you're gonna make me watch the original again.
I guess that means you have to come back on this podcast.
But I've seen that movie already, so I've got nothing but glowing things to say about
That's
that movie.
true. Damn it.
This one
I guess we'll have to watch the second one.
ooh, like I barely remember that. I remember watching it on VHS, and I remember going through the motions of putting in the VCR, but I don't remember a darn thing after that.
Mm.
It must have been that bad where I like blocked it from my memory. Like things are so bad that you don't want to remember them. I think it was one of those.
You mean you had one of those things like in that Sandra Bullock movie?
Which Sandra Bullock movie?
The Unforgettable or Unforgivable. Yes,
I
that's
think so.
exactly what it is.
Does Jack Black have a unibrow? That is a mad unibrow.
I'm sure that's like
No,
that's
that's
fake.
his. That's his.
That's got to be fake.
That's his. What costume director is going to intentionally give somebody a unibrow? That is his. I'm sure of it.
There's not many actors out there with unibrows.
Exactly. So I think they kept it just to make him stick out and be weird. That's gotta be his.
Jack Black is not bad in this.
No, he's not. I just am shocked at how skinny he was. Like this has got to be like his early 20s.
Okay, so I'm gonna admit something to you. Back in middle school and high school, I used to love women like that. Like the dark makeup. Like they look completely emo.
Was you talking about that chick in the back?
Yes. But even like she's like very mild, right? But like
Right.
goth emo girls is what I used to go for back in middle school and high school. Mostly middle school. High school was like whatever, but yeah. Like Avril
Trying to
Lavigne,
think.
something like Avril Lavigne back in the
Well,
day.
I was all about that life in high school. I think I'm gonna age myself when I say this, but I actually had a pair of Jinko jeans back in high school.
Jinko jeans. I'm not too into fashion.
Yeah.
Were those like the
Oh
shredded
man.
jeans?
No, they were like beyond bell bottoms is all I can I can
Wow.
describe them as. They're like if you Google them,
I'm
those are
Googling
like
it.
yes. If you like, I think it's JNCO, and those pants were the love of my life, and I wore them out until I couldn't wear them anymore. And like anybody that was into that culture and style, all my friends, I all knew them, and they were like we were just this like crew in high school. Skateboard and Jinko jeans. Actually, you shouldn't skateboard in Jinko jeans because you'll probably
Yeah.
slide over them and trip and fall to your death. So
Well,
yeah,
it
don't
it
skate in those.
depends. I remember some skaters that used to do that, or at least professional skaters.
Right. I, amateurs, I wouldn't recommend it because I've had a few injuries trying to skate in those.
Okay, yeah. So I was gonna guess your favorite skater. So you don't have you don't remember what favorite board you used to have back in the day, huh?
I don't remember.
Okay. Oh, okay. So what I was gonna say was, what type of
Hmm.
skater were you? Were you like serious into like doing tricks, or you just love cruising around a lot? Or
I liked cruising around.
okay,
I
okay,
loved cruising.
okay. That's gonna make it tougher. But you do have a favorite skater, though, right?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Then I would just guess Tony Hawk.
It is Tony Hawk, but
Yeah,
I
yeah, there
mean,
you go.
it is Tony Hawk, but I don't like wasn't into the sport that much.
Hmm.
And like none of those people that skated with me were into the sport. We all just did it just to do it because, you know, kids, rebels, being places you're not supposed to be, all about that life. So,
Right, right. Yeah, I used to be super into it. I mean, like, I would have like skating clothes from skate companies, the skateboards. I used to have oh, I still have my chocolate board, and before that was what else? Well, I think it was always chocolate, like just chocolate boards. Um, Nike SB, that's all I wear, and then yeah, just do like tricks, crazy tricks.
that's cool.
Yeah, good times.
What is that?
It's Falcor.
It looked like I don't know. Oh, oh.
Don't you judge Falcor. Don't
Uh,
judge him.
is that a Falcor?
That's
What is
Falcor. He looks a little
that?
bit older, but he's still the same old Falcor.
Hmm. I don't know what that is. It doesn't look like Falcor. And those special effects are.
These
Um,
special effects aren't that bad because a lot of it is just practical, like actual puppeteer stuff.
that looks like somebody's like. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. That looks like somebody's stuffed animal that they put in the camera and was like, make it look like it's flying. Oh man.
I was expecting this to look a lot worse. This is not that bad.
Uh, if you have low standards.
What?
Okay, like my hardcore memories are from the first one, and that Valcor is like a cousin of a grandchild's flying dragon. I'm like,
No
who's
way.
that? That doesn't even look like the first one. Like, did they even look at the first movie and compare, or are they just like, we're gonna
He can't
snazz
look
it
the
up a little
same.
bit?
He's a mammal. He's gonna grow older.
Uh,
You're such a hater.
I am. Oh, that neck too. Like, what's going
You're an absolute hater. I'm like
on? I'm a
time stamping all these conversations so I can add it on YouTube. And I'm literally putting down right now time 33 minutes Falcore hating.
Yes.
I'm gonna put Keita hates Falcore.
You can put that down. I definitely on the hate train on this one. That is a whole mess. I'm gonna try to be nice. Okay, I'm gonna be nice. It's a whole mess.
Look at that. That's cool.
And Jack Black is reading. See, and this is good. Show the kids that bullies do read. They don't just beat people up. They go to libraries, they pick up books, and they actually look in them.
They definitely don't read.
And bust up the library.
Wow.
Okay, what is that? I don't remember that from the first one.
Yeah, I don't know what that. Oh, I know what that is. Well, I've never seen it before. Obviously, this is like a new character, but clearly that's like the Rock mom.
Okay. I thought she'd be bigger. What is that?
What in the?
I thought they'd be
Hey,
bigger.
hey.
Like if that's the Rock baby from the first one, they were like gigantic, like beyond belief.
Maybe they are, and we're just seeing them how they are. They're probably actually really big.
Oh, and awfully squishy looking.
Nah, no.
I literally look like I could poke them and my finger would sink inwards. Oh man.
Let me say this. Would you rather see this whole scene in CGI or this right here?
CGI.
No way.
CGI.
Look, he's getting in his little rock moped. See, look, he is huge.
I don't know whether to laugh or to cry. I'm trying to figure out which emotion I'm gonna go for right
That's
now.
quote of the day. Strong like your dad.
Oh man.
Okay, clearly this is the low light of the film, but it wasn't that bad before this.
Not yeah. This is before the introduction of Falcore. I was sort of feeling the movie, and then I saw Falcore, and then my like was like, "Ew."
I love how the baby's like, he's like moving now when it's close up, but then in a wide shot, he's like not moving at all.
Oh man, they were still so much bigger than that though.
They are big.
Not as big as I remember. I mean, in the first one, I remember that big, strong hands dialogue, and I'm like, that dude is the size of a mountain, and now he's shrunken down to the size of a.
Look how big they are. Look, compared to the bridge, that's huge. I think you're gonna see how big they actually are when they're like Sebastian's like next to them.
If you say so.
I do say so. Do you ever? Sometimes I like to just say random things in like a movie voice because I like to think it makes it more fun, more epic.
Really?
Yeah. Do you do that
Like
as
what?
well? Like anything. Like for example, like say a random sentence.
A random sentence?
Yeah, just say something random.
The princess looks like she's in her 20s.
But is she?
I think she is.
Who is this guy with the huge forehead? Holy shit.
It's Megamind, okay?
That is Megamind.
That's Megamind with hair.
Wait, Megamind? That's crazy.
I mean, this movie is a mixed bag. It's like Labyrinth mixed with the first NeverEnding Story, and like in terms of the like character designs and the weirdness of it.
I'm gonna tell you something. This is very cheap and all that stuff, but the puppeteering work, the prosthetic makeups is actually impressive for what the budget that they have. Like
I
how
would say so.
yeah,
I
like
agree with
how
that.
yeah, how this old man looks, like how he looks really old, all that stuff, the costumes, that looks actually legit. This guy who
Right.
looks like Megamind is legit. Like he looks really good. It's just the way the film is shot, it doesn't look as epic as it should. Like if someone would have shown up like that, like at Comic Con or something, hands
Mm-hmm.
down, they're winning best outfit. Fantasia, that's right. That is what it's called. I used to call it always Fantasia.
Oh, I can't work past that Falcore. It's like, what?
Interesting. So here's one thing in the books that obviously they're not translating from like the second movie into the third movie. So the Great Empress, she created all of Fantasia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is a rule with the Great Empress. If you ever, you can only see her once. Like if you ever have like the fortunate chance, usually people in Fantasia go the rest of their lives without ever meeting the Empress. But if you ever are fortunate enough to ever see her, the rule is you can only see her once.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So this is his,
Like
I'm guessing, third time.
fifth time, I don't know, more than three at least.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, the TV series of the Neverending Story is a little bit better, but this isn't that bad. Which I actually own on DVD. I honestly think the set looks really cool. It's just the lighting could be a lot better. I'm already thinking of some ideas of what they could have done.
Right.
But again, it's a kids movie, sometimes kids don't notice this kind of stuff, but at the same time, it's all about tone, right? I think they knew this was going to be like a straight to DVD, straight to VHS type of thing, so yeah. Dead to help me.
Those rocks look like turds. They do. It looked like one of the rock people came by, dropped one, and
He
then
said
he stepped in
deuces.
it.
Literally. What an interesting world. I always felt like the Neverending Story would be so amazing as like a TV series, like if it was like made today.
You know, it would probably be gorgeous, depending on who got their hands on it.
I think it needs to be something dark, honestly. It needs to be dark.
Like Pan's Labyrinth Dark or darker.
I mean, no, it can be a Pan's Labyrinth dark, but obviously nothing like violent or anything like that, but just
Yeah,
dark.
no, no, no. Now this looks like a music video.
It does. So believe it or not, the actual original medallion of the NeverEnding Story from the actual
Mhm.
first movie,
Right.
there's only one of those made, like an actual real one made that was for the movie, and only Spielberg has it in his office.
Really?
Yeah,
I wonder how much he'd sell that for.
probably a
You know
few
how
park
dope
carts.
that would be to actually have one of those and just hang it around your neck like freaking, I don't know, like a rapper or something.
Like a rapper.
Yeah, like a chain. That'd be dope.
That would be pretty cool.
I mean, if I had like a jillion dollars, because I'm pretty sure that's what he's gonna sell it for, I'd probably buy it. But like, look, yo, don't you remember this from NeverEnding Story? Rock it around, show it off, probably get it stolen, but still, I'd still do it.
Right, right. That girl in the back looks so swole. Maybe it's just how they're like the camera angles are on her and whatnot, but she looked like she bench pressed 250.
She probably could. She could probably pick up Jack Black in that unibrow.
I'm sure if she would have bullied me in high school, there's just nothing I can do about it. Just...
No. What is that? Oh, okay. I remember now. It's
All
Falcore.
right, Falcore. Finally, the film's getting better.
Oh no. It's getting something. Oh, if I saw that flying by my plane, would
I would
crash.
literally run to the cockpit and say, "Turn this plane around. We have to follow that thing."
Crash. Be screaming bloody murder. What is that? Oh my god. It's
It's
alive.
Falcore.
I love the character design of this tree, but it's still pretty weird.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those roots coming out the back.
Yeah, I
Ooh, that's
feel like
gotta
this
be like
is
murder,
right.
right?
Exactly. How interesting. That's funny. You know what this reminds me of? Do you ever watch? Are you ever a fan of The Wizard of Oz?
Which one? Return to
Well,
Oz, the original one, or
I was gonna say the original one, but I'm gonna bring up like the latest one that came out in like 2012 or 13, I think.
ooh, I don't think I've seen those.
Yeah, that one's like super depressing and like realism. So it's about like after the events of the first Wizard of Oz,
Mm-hmm.
and the house distracted by the baby falling. So yeah, it takes place after the first Wizard of
Oh,
Oz, and and
he's not gonna
Dorothy.
hit the bricks, is he?
He's a rock. He'll be fine. If Falcor
Yeah, but
catches him, he'll
Valcor better
literally
not
die.
catch him.
Yeah, he'll
Oh
literally
my
die.
god, he caught him. So Valcor's back vertebrae should be shattered right now, and
Possibly,
he
but
should be.
also we don't know his biochemistry or his skeleton work. Like we
I
don't know his.
mean, but technically, is that Aaliyah?
No,
That was
Mike.
Aaliyah
This movie is a 10.
because it had Aaliyah in it.
Absolutely. Oh my god. Dude, that's so cool. I can't wait to tell my brother about this.
I was not expecting Aaliyah. Okay.
Wow.
I will have
That's
to raise
so
this up.
cool.
I will have to raise this up a couple of points.
This is like legit. This might be better than the first one.
It's just for the Aaliyah. Okay, for Aaliyah, I give them like a half a point higher than I would normally give them because I was not expecting that at all.
That's so dope. And they're really playing it. They're still playing the music.
That's crazy.
You know what that means? This is part of the soundtrack.
This is. I wonder should she still get royalties for that?
Well, not her. Probably her uncle. You know,
Right,
her
right.
uncle controls all her music.
He does. Well, he finally released it, but
I
uh,
was so
that
happy.
man,
There was literally like what in 2021. I woke up one day and I saw like Aaliyah's stuff, like whole stuff is like on iTunes. And I was like, oh,
yeah. So a whole new generation get to experience her music like everyone else did.
mm-hmm.
It's
I brought
about
it
dang
immediately.
time. Yeah. Oh man, I just want like this song off of this album. This I want to nitpick. I'm like picky like that. Man, she was like my favorite singer. Okay, like don't think I'm
Mm-hmm.
weird, but my two favorite singers in the whole world when I was in high school,
Please tell
Sade was
me.
number one,
You said
and
Sade?
Aaliyah was number two. Like
Okay.
no
Okay.
contest.
Okay. So my mother, probably like many years ago, gave me a whole box set of, how do you pronounce her name again? Because I've been saying it wrong for like the whole year. You said Sade, right?
Yeah.
So she gave me a box set of her music many years ago, right? And she's like, I
Yes.
think you might like it. I'm like, okay, cool. I literally put it in one side of like my room and I just haven't touched it for so many years.
You
So many
should so
years,
touch that. Touch it.
right? So then now, as of last year, I listened to one random song I found of her on YouTube and I absolutely loved it. And I was like looking everywhere for that box set and I found it and now I've been listening to her music a lot.
Great. Oh my goodness. It's
Yeah.
like it's the best. I can't even describe it. It's just smooth in all the right ways and just so relaxing to listen to.
Well, I can describe it for you. It's kind of like, so I love listening to 1940s, 1950s like radio, like
I do
noir.
too.
Yeah. Okay, now we have so much more to talk about. So I love
And
listening
50s
to,
movies, 50s movies as well.
absolutely. So I love listening to those detective TV shows or detective radio shows and all that stuff, right? And
Oh yeah.
I've made playlists of like myself being a private eye in Louisiana. And I'm like, okay, now I have to build this playlist with actual like jazz music, noir music. And I'm building it. And then that's when I'm like rediscovering Sade. And I'm like, this music fits it so perfectly.
It
Like her
does fit
song,
that.
Is It a Crime? Is like the top of that playlist.
It would be. I mean, that's I'm sorry. I'm distracted by this dude's hair. I just want to cut those braids. It's just if he wants to make it a mullet, unbraid the braids. But to just how why?
Hey, let him project his creativity on his hair.
I'm trying. It's so distracting. So like, what is this?
Meanwhile, the girl next to Jack Black looks like she eats dumbbells for breakfast.
Let me see this chick you're talking about.
And she looks swole. She looks like if you pass her a basketball, she would legit post up LeBron James.
Or she just crush it in her hands.
Right.
Well, not her, right?
Yeah, her.
Oh no, I wouldn't say that.
She's big though. I know her arms look like they're kind of like not tone, but she's big.
She got them cannons. I got you.
Yeah. Those cannonballs.
You're stupid. Oh goodness. Ooh, that Falcore. Ooh, Falcore hates coming back. I'm sorry. Every time I see him, I'm just like, what is that?
It's funny. You hate when Falcore is shown in this movie. I absolutely love it.
Oh, yeah. that dude looks like Meatloaf. Rest in peace, because he just passed away not too long
Oh
ago. But he
yeah,
looks
that's
like,
right.
look, actual Chinese dragons that look like the original Falcore. Isn't that something?
Those look
More than
nothing like
that,
Falcor. My
more
Falcor
than
looks like Falcor.
this one looks like the stepchild of a grandson that they said, come on and do this film because we don't have anybody else.
This looks like a fun film to be a part of. I would love to work on
It
this.
would. Yeah. Having a Chinese New Year festival going on.
Yeah, I can tell it's all studio. This is all in the studio. Like
And
every single
and
scene besides like when they're like outside.
and this is the real world, and nobody thinks it's weird that a rock baby is sitting on a dragon in the middle
No.
of the Chinese New Year festival.
No, no, no. Not in a festival.
Okay.
I think you can legit I think if Freddy Krueger was actually alive on Halloween day and Halloween night, he can totally get by with walking around the streets.
Oh wow. In this movie, sure. The world of this movie is
I mean in the real world, he will get by with that.
oh maybe not.
So you mean to tell me like on a Halloween night when people are like trick or treating, you see somebody who's like maybe best makeup, you think it's the best makeup ever, but it's actually real, like real. You wouldn't think twice about that. You would think like, oh, that's Freddy Krueger. No, you're gonna think that that's some random person who's dressed up.
Well, if it was Freddy, he'd be hacking away at somebody, so then I'd be like, it's him, get him. Or run away, something.
Freddy Krueger. That's a movie I gotta watch for the podcast too. I never seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh my god, watch it. Oh, that's so great. But you don't like horror movies though.
No, which is why it's gonna eventually be on the podcast.
Okay, because I was like, if you don't like horror movies, you probably shouldn't.
Well, you know
But
what?
it's a classic, so you should. So it's like a catch-22.
Well, here's the thing. My very first episode of the podcast was about Child's Play. You know, that
Mm-hmm.
Chucky movie.
Right.
And I was always terrified of Chucky. I think Chucky's like my number one, like what I'm terrified of as a kid. And I watched the movie and I'm like, this movie is goofy as hell. It's not even scary.
That's Freddy. That's Freddy.
Right. And I watched it with a friend who's like a super horror movie expert or whatever. And she was telling me about all the other stuff I should watch. And I was like, okay, what's the next one I should watch? And she was telling me Hellraiser. So I literally looked it up.
Oh,
And I was like,
look,
hell no.
No, I am a horror fan, and I've only watched Hellraiser once, and I will not watch it again. I am terrified of Pinhead, and I do not want to see it again. And then I had a friend, her boyfriend was into Hellraiser, and he collected like those figurines from the movies. And I had to sleep over there one night, and that stuff freaked me the hell out. And I was like, I'm good. Like, no more Hellraiser. That shit's creepy. I don't want to see it. Like, I just, so, like, I would watch any horror movie, like Korean, American, Japanese, I don't care. If you say, we're finna watch Hellraiser, whatever number, I'm gonna be like, nope, I'm not doing it. And I can't watch Saw. I can't watch Saw either. I made it through the first one.
Never seen it.
I only made it through 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes, I was good. I don't know. I can't make it through Saw. It's something about that movie. No.
Well, it's super gory, right?
It's super gory, and it's like, I don't know, psychologically damaging.
Oh, wow.
I just can't make it through that. I only made it through 5 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I can't continue. I tapped out early. If I was an MMA fighter, I'd tap out in the first round. I'm good. I know how this is going to go. I'm going to get punched in the face a lot, and I'm not going to like it, so I'm tapping out now.
I'm trying to think, what was a horror movie I tapped out to? I don't. Mm,
Oof.
that's pretty
And you mean
funny.
to tell me she's got rollers in and all the rest of that, and she's got a dusty house? She
It's
looks like a
rock
straight up.
dust. It's
She's
rock
like
dust.
she's like a straight up mom with the rollers in the hair. You can't tell me her house should be immaculate, like spick and span. She looks like that type of mom. I can't imagine her having dust in the house. Even rock dust.
Right. God dang.
See, they're not that big. If they can fit in a house, that means they're small.
He is a baby though.
Oh, that's true. That's all right.
What is what? See, this little baby's being annoying now, and I hate that I can't punch him because then I'll
Punch
just
it?
break my
Yeah,
hand.
no, you would. But seeing as they have looks like a pillow body, you might be all right. Now, that is one thing about that actor I do remember is those two front teeth.
Who?
Him.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
like,
the kid.
yeah, the kid. Because it's like when he smiles or says anything, I always see those first. How much plant life do they have in that house?
No, that's a rule in film. Whenever there's like negative space in frame and it's just like nothing there, you always put like a plant.
But that's more than a plant. That's like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
a
exactly. That's why some
conservatory.
yeah, that's why some films look crazy. You either put a plant or you put a lamp.
But a conservatory, though?
Mm, you watch the movie Get Out, and literally in the beginning scene in someone's house, there's like 7 lamps.
Are you serious? Okay,
Yeah,
now I'm gonna have to watch that again because I don't remember that either.
yeah.
Oh, you know, we need to address this. The dude just saw one of his brethren get murdered by some dude chopping down trees. He rode in the back with the dead
Whoa.
bodies and then he fell off the back.
Are all plants related?
They could be, but dude, that's rough. That's like a horror film in itself.
What a cute dog.
Uh,
You don't like
this
dogs?
baby. Oh no, I love it. I love dogs. I'm just thinking about that Brock baby. He is annoying.
No. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all. And it's moving, and she doesn't notice. Women are the most nosy and observant creatures on the planet, and she's not noticing that thing is moving.
She's already trying to figure out. She's already trying to trying to figure something out where she can just snitch on him.
What kind of relationship do they have? I never snitched on my sister unless it was like really serious, like somebody who's about to get murdered or something.
No, oh my god. See, now I'm gonna share another meme with you.
Yeah, like me and my sister were ride or die. Like it had to be where somebody was potentially gonna get hurt while I snitched on her. Like because we was like the Rat Pack back in the day when we were younger. But yeah, what kind of relationship do these siblings have?
Now I get to share. Now I get to share with you another meme. Let me see if I can find it. I know I have it somewhere.
Is this a Twitter meme?
Well, I found it on Instagram, but it's all the same.
Yeah, all the social medias are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm. Man, where is it? Okay, I found it. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you. Okay, sending. It's so funny. And it's a Harry Potter one too.
Is it?
Yeah, you'll love it. Wow, it's snowing out of nowhere. I don't really know what the plot is for this movie. Don't know what this movie is about, and I kind of don't care. After hearing Aaliyah, I'm pretty satisfied.
That was wild. I was not expecting that. So you did. That's my highlight for the podcast is seeing Aaliyah on
Mm-hmm.
TV
Mm-hmm.
doing her thing. Dead. That rabbit should be dead. Did that just happen? Like, he looks like a murderer.
No, don't do it. And that girl in the back gonna punch him.
Yeah, she does look buff. Jeez.
I'm telling you.
And she's taller than everybody.
Why does she look familiar?
The one with the ugly vest, or
Whoa, that vest is not ugly.
wait a minute, does the teacher have a unibrow? Hold on.
Why did she take his necklace? Nah, she don't got a unibrow.
Uh
Why? It's a necklace.
so you admit to your teacher that you're a thief?
This teacher. Oh, it couldn't have been me. That couldn't have been me. Look at that black kid in the back. He's just like, I just want to go home.
Wait, there was one.
Mm.
I thought she was gonna say camel toe. I thought she was gonna say camel toe.
Camel breath. How is no one in the class laughing?
Because this is a wild outburst coming from someone that never does it, so they're all in shock.
Yeah, no, that's what makes it funny. I remember my brother telling me a story once when he was in school, and this was back when like Vanessa Carlton, 1,000 Miles was super popular. This one girl, super quiet, right? All she did every day in class was listen to that song. My brother showed up in class and he was just like, "What's up with that song? I don't get it. Who would walk 1,000 miles? Just take the bus." And, and then literally the girl got so upset. She just had like an outburst. She's like, "You don't understand love."
Oh wow. Because of that song?
Yeah. No, she looks familiar.
No, she does. And because you said that, I'm gonna go look in the cast and see who that
I'm gonna look
is.
too. Every time someone says that, I'm like, okay, well, it's a race.
I know, I'm gonna beat you. Okay, it's not Julie Cox.
I'm not even on IMDb yet.
I am on trusty dusty Google. Carol
Oh,
Finn. Is it
Google.
Carol Finn?
Carol Finn.
No.
Oh, it's 42 cast members.
It's a lot of people to weed through.
I know.
Or is it Andrea Nemeth?
I feel like she would have to have like a picture.
Oh, that's what Google. Google's better.
Maybe. Let's see. I clicked on her. Yeah, I guess she didn't
Is he
really do.
playing dead?
You said what?
Is he playing dead?
No.
Oh, wow.
Hey, that was actually a pretty cool stunt. That was actually a really good stunt. This movie has a lot of potential. There's just no story.
No. Look at, like I said, some of the character designs are really good. The only characters that I hate so far are the Rock family and Falcore. Rock family only because their costumes don't look hard at all. They look like they're made from like
Right.
pillows.
Right. And the acting is actually, I think Jack Black is like actually really good, and I think the sisters, I think she's good too, and everyone else is kind of fine.
Right.
And I think I won't say the main actor is bad, but I feel like since you are the main protagonist, you should be at least a little slightly better than everyone else, and he's not.
Right.
He's just like just mediocre in a sense.
When old people say they gotta go, take them to the bathroom.
This must be my Walkman, mother. They must have turned it on.
My parrot with a box with no holes in it, so it's really dead on the inside.
Okay. Your mother is sending you straight to therapy.
If that had been my mom, she would have done something to that package. She probably would have opened it.
Oh man, I still got another movie to watch. Maybe I won't get to it tonight.
What movie do you have to watch after this?
I'm doing a movie review on a movie that's out in theaters right now called The King's Daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that A-list movie? No. I'm
It
thinking
is
about
A-list. It's
Macbeth.
in theaters. And it
Huh.
has Pierce Brosnan in it and some other noticeable actors.
Huh.
It's not like a blockbuster. It's not like super popular or anything like that, but it's like a pretty big budget film. You should watch that with me.
I could.
I'm not gonna.
Oh,
You're not gonna watch it with me?
montage.
I'm not gonna watch it. I love montages.
I love montages too, but that dress is whack.
Actually, looks great with the necklace.
It does, but I'm not feeling that tutu.
You, you know what? The necklace would probably look better on the other girl's outfit. The woman who works there. Wow.
So this movie is teaching kids to steal if they have the power.
I approve. Let me say
No.
this. Let me say that in my movie voice. I improve,
No, I don't approve.
but I do.
Come on now. The first movie taught us some good lessons. Like what is this? hot mess.
Hey, it's actually teaching us what America is at its core. Everything is legal in America. Absolutely everything, if it's organized enough.
Isn't she too young for that?
What, makeup?
Yeah.
No. If anything, she's ahead of her time. The girls today, they're just, they don't care. Wait, is there an age to where you would start wearing makeup for
Yeah,
girls?
like well, on average, I would say like 15, 16. No, wait, that's when
Really?
you start dating. Yeah, yeah. Right about the time you start dating is where
What?
you, yeah. Well,
No
okay.
way.
I'm old. I come from an old fashioned family. So,
You're a 90s baby.
yeah, but my mom was born in the 50s. So, it's got that whole 50s mindset of conservative, girls and not being flashy and stuff. But I was never flashy anyway because I was like a big old tomboy, so I wasn't trying to wear makeup anyway. But most of the girls that I knew were already wearing it when we were in high school or had started when they were like freshmen or something. So it's like freshmen in high school, I guess.
Mm. I actually like the soundtrack for this movie.
Yeah, it's not bad.
This movie is surprising me. I just wish there was a better story.
Agreed.
Oh, ADR. It's not so ADR. So
That
in
tree,
film, oh,
that tree comes through clutch.
so in film, ADR is like audio replacement.
Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah, I know all about that life.
oh yeah.
My husband does it for a living,
Mm.
so I get to hear all the wonderful stories he tells me about the good days and the bad days.
Oh. Yeah, they're not gonna get that necklace back from
Oh
what's her name.
no, no. So what do you think Jack Black's gonna do with the arm when he gets it? Is he gonna wish for the unibrow to go away, or is he gonna do something else with it?
I feel like if he wanted that unibrow gone, he would have shaved it by now. I think he's gonna wish for everyone to have a unibrow around him.
But
So,
you never know. What if he's scared to shave? He might be scared of razors, Carlin. Maybe.
people don't shave. No, wait. People don't do that. People don't use razors to shave like eyebrows. Do they?
Yeah, they do. Well, chicks
No.
do. Chicks do all the time.
Well, that's different.
A dude would, because a
A man's
razor
hair is.
is like all about that life, right? You guys
Uh,
have Gillettes, and he could just take a Gillette and wick, and it'd be gone.
well, depending on your ethnicity, the hair is different. So it's
Really?
like I would say for all black males, you can't use a straight razor when you shave, like especially
Really?
anything like facial hair. Yeah, because if you do that, because of how our hair is, and if you take the hair off that way, you'll start to get pimples and bumps.
Oh wow. So you
Yeah.
couldn't even like, because women have these eyebrow shavers that are like these really really tiny thin razors, and you just lightly, like, you didn't even have to use shaving cream or anything. And I've just seen girls like shave away their eyebrows.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. This is a crazy scene.
It is. It's like a trip.
Why is Falcore here?
How did he get in there?
Yeah.
I stole it. Uh-oh, family meltdown.
Mm-hmm. Nasty.
This sounds like a porno.
A really bad one. I would actually pay a lot of money to hear a really good voice actor say that. Like, what's happening to the world? It's what I feared. The nasty.
Wow.
What?
They're not his parents?
Oh, they're step siblings? Oh, wait, that makes sense because in the first movie, it was just him and his dad
Right.
because
So
his
I think
mom
his
died.
dad got remarried
Right.
and
Yeah.
had a blended family, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I have no idea why I never thought about that when the movie started.
I never thought about it either until you just said it.
Right.
Because I was like, yeah, he didn't have a sister. Like, what is this?
Yeah. This movie is so good at world building, we just accepted everything.
We did. I can't accept that Falcor, though.
Uncool. Oh no. It's the nasty.
Sounds so bad. Not the dialogue, just saying the nasty, because I'm not thinking good, I guess.
Yeah, they should have just said the darkness. The darkness is getting to you.
Yes, the
The dark
nothing.
side.
The nothing.
The dark side is getting to you.
So, do they want to be brother and sister, or are they trying to be something else? Or are they trying to do the nasty that's unrelated to this one?
That would be interesting.
He just said, "Do you want me as a brother?" And I'm just like, "Well, what else could she want you for?" Oh,
You never
right.
know. Hey, was it Clueless? Isn't it? That's a romantic comedy, and she ended
I
up with her
love
stepbrother.
Clueless. I
Ended up with her
love
stepbrother.
Clueless.
Well, let me
I
tell you
love
something.
Clueless.
I grew up with the movie, but I always thought the movie was like all right, right? Like I love
No,
Brittany Murphy, but I thought it
no,
was okay. But I
classic.
love the TV show. The TV show is like one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
And that is a TV show I've never cared to watch because
Oh
the movie is the best.
no, 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 no! The TV show is way better, actually.
I highly doubt it.
No, Lisa Silverstone is one of the worst actresses that has ever walked this earth. The
Not in
TV show is
Clueless.
way better. Yes, in Clueless, the TV show is
Not in
way better
Clueless.
because
I'm
you
gonna
know all the
fight you on that
actors.
one.
You know all the actors are on the TV show besides Lisa Silverstone. Thank God.
That's messed up. But I'm gonna have to fight you on that one. Alicia was one of the best things in that movie.
No, absolutely not.
Yes, we gonna fight
Stacey
on this one.
Dash and Brittany Murphy carried it home.
Oh my god, Brittany Murphy was great.
She's in the
But
TV show too, only for like an episode.
it's totally fine though. But we're gonna fight on the Alicia Silverstone thing. Nope. I refuse.
I can't stand her. I can't stand Emma Stone either.
I love Emma Stone.
Yeah, I just did a podcast. Like I just released a podcast on Friday of watching Easy A for the first time. Absolutely
I have to
horrible.
watch that. I have to watch it. Hey, you said that chick was buff, and that was the weakest throw I've seen.
I think she literally trained her whole life to not overthrow stuff.
Maybe so. So, just on a side tip, they really want me to believe Jack Black is in high school?
Yeah, that's a little off.
None of
Well,
these
you know
people
what?
look like they're in high school.
I was watching when I was watching Easy A, one of the high school students, they literally said he's 21.
Wow.
And I was like, how is he 21 and he's in high school?
He probably failed a few times,
No, at that point, they just kick you out.
right? Yeah, if you're 21 still in high school, they're like, dude, you just like being here, so just find something else to do.
All right. He's like Van Wilder, only the high school version.
What in the world? Oh my god, this is not happening. Oh my.
Claude Van Damme. This is what the movie should have been from beginning to end. Just pop
No.
culture references.
Yes, this is a Claude Van Steven Seagal. Actually, it's Bruce, so it's a Claude Lee Steven Seagal.
Damn, I wanted to see the other girl fight.
I think she could pick up Falcore.
Exactly. I want to see her punch Falcor to the point where his head just explodes.
She could probably catch that rock kid when he fell.
One week of marriage.
That was quick.
Yeah. At that point, you just got to stay together for just pride. How
Yeah.
embarrassing would that be?
Is this whole movie ADR?
Maybe, but I'll accept it.
Carlin, you're terrible.
No, let me tell you something. I'm actually really excited because this might be the first ever movie on my podcast that I've watched that I'm actually going to give it a good score.
What?
Absolutely.
Not just for Aaliyah, please.
Well, it's for a lot of things. There's a lot to appreciate for this movie.
Okay, name one.
Well, come on. I mean, the character designs, the props, the prosthetic makeup, and then the characters. I don't mind the characters at all. I think Jack Black was actually really good in this.
Agreed. Agreed. Him and his unibrow really won me over.
Yeah, I think he actually showed promise.
And I think that's why they gave him work after that.
Exactly. I think, it gives other actors hope. Like, yeah, like, dude, these are films on how people come up. Wait, what? Wait, I thought this should be like his dad and then her mom.
Right. Right. Okay. They messed it up.
I'll allow it.
I will not allow it. That's not allowed.
That's a little weird.
That is weird.
Unless it is like his dad and that's her mom, and they are just like,
Swapping kids?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
That was weird.
That was very weird.
What was that?
Never seen a rock kid kiss a tree on the mouth.
Wait, are they a couple?
Who knows? This movie, anything goes. That's called bladder infection.
Wait. Wow.
Yeah.
She's almost unrecognizable. Like, I can't
She
even
is
recognize her.
unrecognizable.
Oh my god.
They look great as nerds.
She should be Wonder Woman.
With or without the snake tattoo.
Either or.
Give me my book back and my necklace.
Hey, that's the golden rule, though. You never let anyone borrow a book. Okay, I want a fourth one.
Give me my shit back. Any money they get married.
That's so cool. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so looking up the trailer for this movie later because I remember watching the trailer for it a lot.
Oof. Them effects, man.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, but at least it was like at the very end of the movie.
This should be all bloopers.
It should be. Or maybe not. Well, this is a blooper in itself. The baby.
Carlin, you're in so much trouble for making me watch this.
Look, the baby's not moving.
Carlin, you are in so much trouble for making me watch this.
Well, okay, wait. Did you not like the movie?
It was interesting.
I'll tell you what, it was a lot better than what you thought it was.
It was a lot better than I thought it was. Some of it made sense, and a lot of it did not.
But some of it did.
But some of it did.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That's the movie. Okay, so since the movie's over, and for the sake of the podcast, I want you to name one thing, or name a few things, if you can, on what you appreciate from this film. Because, as you know, this is somebody's favorite film. This is someone's comfort movie from their childhood.
Okay, so I can appreciate that they decided to leave in them unibrows. That's amazing. That's something that's unheard of nowadays. I appreciate that they told this story because if they didn't, we wouldn't have the movie. I can appreciate the time and the effort that these filmmakers put into this movie to get it made. And I can appreciate the soundtrack, definitely. Love the soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack was actually pretty good.
And I can for damn sure appreciate Aaliyah popping up out of nowhere.
Oh my god, that was amazing. That was literally made my night.
No, that made my night for sure. Like I was not expecting that at all. Like
Wow.
Aaliyah, I'm the biggest Aaliyah fan, so it's like, what? And the NeverEnding Story 3? That's like nobody talks about that.
This is gonna
Nobody
go
ever
down as
says
one of
NeverEnding Story 3. Oh yeah, that movie that Aaliyah was in for like a half a second. Like nobody mentions that.
this is gonna go down in history as one of the best straight to VHS movie soundtracks in history.
Oh, I got the meme. Let me see.
Absolutely.
I'm actually feeling this song right now. Oh, look at Dobby.
Are you just now reading the meme?
I was.
Yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, okay, so for me personally, this is honestly, and this is probably, I don't know when I'll release this episode. Maybe I'll release it next week. So this will be 17 episodes in, and I finally found a movie that I've actually not interested to watch, but I actually end up liking it. The very first one. And
Okay,
do
I low key.
appreciate-
I will admit, I low key like it.
Yes, exactly. See? Yeah, it's so good.
I feel like I will end up making my sister watch it. Be like, girl, look at this.
You have to. And you said this wouldn't be like a Matrix or a Blade Runner type. It's totally that.
Now I have to go watch 2 and then compare 2 to this one.
The 2 is absolutely horrible.
No, no,
Just
okay,
dog crap.
right.
Absolutely. But
This is amazing.
we can 100% have another episode on 2.
Oh wow! Now you're really scaring me because I was scared of this one. I was like, I don't know what to expect.
Well,
Oh, how's this
maybe it
gonna
won't be that
go?
bad. But I know it will be, but maybe it just won't be.
If you want to torture yourself like that, then you go right ahead.
There's
There's a reason my mind blocked that movie from my memory, so it's probably terrible.
Right. But at least the second one does follow the book a little bit. Right.
So
Whereas this one is just like, it's just its
Okay.
own thing.
Oh wow! Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I still that scene with that tree though still shook me. Like he just saw somebody murder a tree, and then he decides to sit in the back of the truck with his murdered brothers and sisters, and then fall out the back. I was like, what? Wait, what?
You got to do what you got to do.
In theory, that's kind of messed up.
Exactly. This film is teaching us life lessons.
What
Beautiful.
life lessons, Carlin? What life lessons?
To accept fate. It's either kill or be killed.
Go with the flow.
That's
Goodness
exactly
gracious.
what this film was teaching. But yeah, I was highly surprised by this film.
Oh, Jack Black's name was Slip.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Wow, I actually
And
really
Dog.
like that.
Somebody's name was Dog.
Wow.
See, I love looking at credits because you can get to like see names you've never seen before and then get character names. Or you was like, what was that person's name? Oh, what? That's what their name was?
This soundtrack is really impressing me. Yeah.
No, it is. I like it.
Yeah. It's very rare when you see a movie that will put its crew first and then the cast second.
It's German.
Oh yeah, sure. I like that though. I love it.
No, that's great. Because those are, the actors are given. You need those to make movies. But you know what? You can't make the movies if you just have a stack of actors and no like lighting people and ADR people and film crew. She just said NeverEnding Story. So was this the theme?
I think it's like almost like a remix of the original theme. The more I'm listening to it, it sounds like the original song. Look at that. Aaliyah back and forth with R. Kelly. This is insane.
Ooh, that didn't age well. Ooh.
Well, it didn't age well during that time either.
It did not. Well, knowing the things that we know now, that's kind of stepped on that subject again.
The original
Whoa, this
soundtrack,
was Warner
NeverEnding
Music
Story.
Germany. Amazing. A Time Warner company. So Time Warner is responsible for this movie.
Bless their hearts.
And those are some German words that I'm not finna pronounce. Stupid.
Exactly what it says.
93.
Word for word.
93. Story and screenplay 93, and then the music 94.
Amazing. I love it. I don't think I'm gonna delete this movie from my desktop.
I low key love it.
Yeah.
Low key. Low key.
Listen, it's like one of those
Don't
movies.
hate it.
It was like, okay, this might be so bad that it's good, but now it's like kind of okay to the point it's so okay that it's actually great.
I know. Like, I'm one of those people that will, like, either I like the movie and then the more I think about it, like throughout the weeks and the month, then I slowly start to love it, or I look at the movie and I think it's okay, and then the more that I think about it, I slowly start to hate it. It's like, what movie did I do that recently for? Like, I saw it, and then the more that I thought about it, I hated the movie. I know it wasn't. No. Well, the last time I did that was Wonder Woman 1984, but I think it was some movie recently I saw that. I was just like,
1984.
no, Eternals. I saw Eternals, and then I was like, it was okay. And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I don't like this movie.
Oh yeah. So I'll definitely send you that movie I was talking to you earlier, Future Sport, because it's
What
still on
is
Tubi.
that? What is that?
You remember that's the movie I was telling you about, Wesley Snipes being from
I
Hawaii?
know. I just can't imagine what that could be about. And Wesley Snipes with a Jamaican accent, because I just got through seeing him with an African accent in Coming to America 2. So it's like, what does that Jamaican accent sound
Yeah,
like?
he did do that in that movie.
He did.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you now.
Oh
But
my God.
thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. It was an absolute
No
blast.
worries. That was fun and crazy all in one.
I want my listeners to really, really take note that you came into this podcast so scared to watch this movie, and now you end up loving it.
I do. I low key like it. I low key love this movie. It's gonna go into my make people watch, like, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Mm. You can, I guarantee you, you let this movie sit with you for a while. Literally the next day, this will be in your top 10.
Okay, I gotta let it marinate. Okay, I can do that.
Right.
I'm so showing this to my sister though. She would
Yeah,
get a kick out of this
I'm 100%
because
showing it to my brother too.
we are big NeverEnding Story fans. So I would love for her to be like, "What do you think about this movie?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna show it to him tomorrow. This is gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
Well, all right, Starfighters, that was the full movie podcast. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie. If you're listening to this on anywhere you get your podcast, then leave a review, and I will see you on the next one. But until then, Victor your Death Starfighters.